And we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. Blackmentravels today. Oh, man, we got a really, really good topic I want to discuss. I want to talk about no Cam up today. I just want to go ahead and get some things off my chest and talking about this whole stepfather, Dr.Boyce, Watkins situation, man. So not camming up, but it's going to be a good show. Stay tuned, fellas. We're going to chop it up about it. It's going to be good, man. This is a good topic. This is the type of conversations that brothers have to have in situations like this. I mean, black men, we have done a very good job at criticizing each other about how we decide to live our lives. Unfortunately. But we're going to chop up about it. First, I'm going to let a few people come in the room. I'm going to let you guys check out this video I did for this cigar commercial, Cigar mini documentary, Ella Louise Cigar. So check it out as we let people flow on into the room and we go ahead and get started. Shout out to Domo Worldwide for being the first one in the chat. Shout out to you, brother. Let's go.
Hey, Jay, turn that up real quick.
Ella Louise Cigar is 1927. All right, my business partner with a different business, a communication company we own. He has a passion for cigars. So he came to me one day and said, hey man, what do you think about starting a cigar company? So I was like, I'm all in. The only thing that I wanted to make sure was that we did everything from the ground up. I didn't want to go white label or anything like that. I wanted to make sure that we did the whole process. I wanted our own tobacco. I wanted to source everything from the farm to your mouth. I didn't want to take any shortcuts. So that's the way we got started.
Cigar smoking, the cigar atmosphere is a lifestyle. It's something that you gotta not only get into, but you gotta learn. And so we started from the bottom. We learned about it. We're steady growing, but we got so much more information that we can pass on, and so much more business aspect of it that we can give to our future customers. So
we have one of the best cigars on the market. It's because of the process we took to get there. We went to different factories, different farms, just trying to find quality, building relationships. Right now, I feel like we have the right relationships to create the right product. We have our own factory, our own rollers, our own tobacco.
In this factory, the family love working every day the cigar. All the people that we have here love your job and put your love in every cigar that we do here. For this reason, we are a factory that has best quality cigar because all material that you use is planting, growing in the air of the most fine tobacco in the world. The Primal cigar is a cigar that have large filler, have a Cuban binder, and have a Dominican wrapper. All the people that work here have big experience. In this moment, this roller is putting the leaf in your hands. The leaf that we use is different countries. Different countries give you different flavors. He used a binder for put the filler. And start the process. You can see that he closed and the cigar is ready to do pressure.
We have an aging process, so any cigar that you take of ours has been aged for at least 7 years, 7 to 10 years. We're getting this aged tobacco.
everything we do, we try to do it
we try to be perfectionists. Even though we feel like we have a great product right now, we're always out here trying to get better. We're always trying to do more.
The flavor process is a very long and complicated process because each tobacco is unique. So you need to know actually how to get them together, mix them to provide the flavor that you're actually looking for. And that is the reason why it's very hard to keep a flavor. So you have to make sure that of the quantity of the tobacco that you're putting together and how you mix them just to provide the flavor that you're looking for.
Another thing that we do is we create labels for other companies. So if you guys are out there and you have a label and you know it's a white label, you know you took a shortcut, come to us so we can get your complete cigar. You get what I'm saying? You get your own brand, your own tobacco, your own flavor profile. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody else's that you're just slapping a label on.
Come learn about cigars. We've been partnering with some good other people, good other brothers, and we just want to take off with it.
It's kind of been trial and error, but right now we feel like we have a very good quality product, top of the line product. It took us probably about 2 years to get here, but right now we feel like we have some of the best cigars on the market. You know, and if you give us a chance, you'll find out.
Man, shout out to my brothers at Ella Louise Cigars, man. Very good working with those brothers. The brothers own a black-owned cigar company based out of Houston, but they import their cigars. They have a factory in the Dominican Republic. So shout out to those brothers for working with us, working with me and my crew, my production crew, man. Had a very good time, very informational. I had no idea it took that long to process a good quality cigar. So if you guys want a cigar, man, go down to the link is in the description, and you can put in BMT for a 10% discount code. So let's get started. Let me give a couple of shout outs, man. Good morning to you, brothers. Hope all is well in this beautiful world. We got a very big discussion today, man. I've been seeing a whole lot of banter going around Black YouTube about the whole, stepfather situation, with Boyce Watkins, and it's a good conversation that brothers need to have. It's funny, man, because things have changed, and I think sometimes brothers that's not in the know, we know social media keeps everybody pretty much up to date. But I want to give this disclaimer before we get the show started, that the women of yesteryear, the women from back in the day, the women from the 80s and 90s were a very different breed than the women we have today. And I think sometimes brothers, especially some of my older brothers, might not have got the software update about the dating market currently right now in the States, in most Western countries, in my opinion. And it's difficult to tell these young brothers or brothers with passports to inherit a ready-made family at this point in 2021. Why do I say that? Because the women back in the day were just a different breed. Being a stepfather in the 80s, 90s, even early 2000s had a different connotation to it because women were more cooperative in their relationships. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there that I'm not talking about the older generation of women. I'm talking about the current generation of women right now. Let me give a couple of shout outs. Shout out to Randall for the $2 super chat. Shout out to you, Randall. I really appreciate that, brother. He says, good morning. No way to single moms. All right. Shout out to Grow God in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to my man, Gary Mack. He said it's an age thing. If you're a teenager or 20s, no kids, 30 and up, you really have no choice. Shout out to Gary Mack for the $4.99 super chat. Shout out to my brother Nate in your state. I see you, brother. I'll be seeing you posting the Blackmentravels 2.0 Facebook group. Let me give you guys a reminder of that real quick. Yeah, guys, we had our Facebook group taken down. It was disabled by Facebook, unfortunately. So a lot of guys are hitting me up. Did we kick you out the group? Did we kick you out the group? No, we did not kick anybody out the group. We had to start the group over with the Black Men Travels 2.0 because of a post related to stocks. A guy posted screenshots of his Robinhood account, and he simply stated that brothers share information. Some brothers don't, and they took the group down because of that. So the group might come back, but we're not stressing because me and my man, Citizen Lou, and a few others are working on the mobile app, so we will have our own social media platform. Now, I have had guys email me about this app called Telegram. I really want to do this independent of anybody because I looked into Telegram and it's owned by, some Russian cats. And I wanted us to have our own platform from the ground up to the top, man. In 2021, you definitely can have your own platform. We're working with app developers currently because it's important for Black men to have a voice amongst each other without any outside restrictions, because Facebook is very sensitive to information. Now, it's a funny thing because they'll show a brother getting his head blown off by a police officer, but if a brother posts about stocks and sharing information about getting money, they want to ban a group and say it's because of sexual nudity. So Facebook definitely be on that BS, but we're going to have a workaround that. Shout out to my brother Ja King. I'm gonna bring Ja King on the show, but we got a funny situation, man. I'm gonna wait till more brothers come in the room, but I'm just gonna give you a prime example of why, especially my young brothers, don't want to be stepfathers in today's world, man. 2021. Like I said before, 80s, 90s, or 2000s, that was a different breed of a woman. Pre-social media, pre-feminism, pre all this other stuff. Basically, I'm not gonna get into it. But now things are definitely changed, and we have a perfect example of where my brother Ja went through a couple of nights ago, partying with some African American girls out here in Medellin, Colombia. Prime example of what we're talking about here. Shout out to the one JPTV for the Passport Pimps for Life. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to my brother MJ Hines III. He says, "Can't build a house on somebody else's foundation." That is most definitely true. So, guys, I know you've been hearing, like I said before, about the whole it's going to take Black men to save the Black community by wedding women that have had relations or children from previous relationships. Now, we all know that trying to build a woman that already has children comes with a lot of consequences, man. First off, more than likely, 99% of the time, that woman's going to put her child before you. Now, if you're a person that doesn't have a child, that's not really fair for you. In my opinion, you should come first within that relationship, and she should come first within your relationship as well. But when you have an outside child, that's not going to happen 9 times out of 10. Her child really should come first in that situation. Man, having a child in wedlock, it used to be a shameful act, right? Back in the day, women that didn't have, wasn't married, it used to be a little shame that came with that. And because of that, 70s, 80s, even 90s to a certain degree, you had women that would, not have children. They would try to wait to marriage, or at least wait to a long-term relationship. Now, because of feminism, in my little humble opinion, women are just having babies with no shame, with whoever, with bombs, the cool guys, the bad boys, whoever they have children with, and now in 2021, with these women having these passports and catching these trips, you will see them messing with, the local guys out here in Colombia. You'll see them in Mexico. You'll see them wherever. They be doing their thing. They end up getting pregnant. It doesn't work out. The foreign guy doesn't want to really be with him. There's nothing that's going to hold him to her, especially in these foreign countries. She's going to go back to the States. She's going to try to, date you. She's going to make a lie. They all come with that lie, fellas. They all come with that lie of how they got pregnant. They was fooled. They made a mistake. Just you never really going to know the real reason of the extent of how she got pregnant by this dude. They're going to always make that situation up. But, it's just interesting, man, because I was telling my boy Ja, I was like, listen, man, it's 2021. You have a world on the brink of economic collapse. let's just be logical here for a minute, and I'm gonna go ahead and bring my brother John on the show. Talk about our experience a couple of nights ago out here in Colombia with a pair of African American girls. In the brink of all this going on, all the COVID situations, all the the World Bank and stopping Bitcoin from being adopted as a official currency of a country, El Salvador in particular. You have a lot of things, a lot of changes on the horizon that's going to be going. A lot of people are going to end up losing their jobs. A lot of jobs that are not needed, like social working jobs, stuff like that are not mandatory for everyday life, are going to be cut because there's a change coming. And I think, in my opinion, you're going to see a lot of women being unemployed coming up soon. Things are going to really change drastically in the next 2 to 3 years. I'm telling you, fellas, it's going to. If you look at the news, you see what's going on with crypto. You see what's going on with COVID. You see what's going on with these economies. You see what's going on with Russia, China, and America. You can see what's on the horizon. So why would you, right? Why would you inherit on purpose, basically, a ready-made family to make things even more complicated for you? It's complicated already being a black man, as we all know, especially in America. But you're going to complicate things even more by bringing more mouths to feed. Because I'm telling you right now, these women that got these jobs making $60,000, $70,000 a year and all that, things are about to get cut. Things are about to get changed. These pandemic loans, these PPP loans, all this stuff about to be called in. All this traveling going to get shut down. And it's going to be very difficult for people to move who don't have an actual trade or something that. And the cool thing about black men, most black men have a job that is required by the infrastructure. Kevin Salmon talk about this all the time. Truck drivers are needed, mechanics are needed, blue collar workers are very much needed. All right, more so than a human H&R or something like that, or assistant nurse, or there's these little BS jobs that a lot of chicks be holding that's not really required. They're like sit-in jobs where they sit there in the AC all day and watch the computer and they really fool around. Babysitting jobs, basically, that the government or the society has given these women, right? A lot of things are going to be cut out and things are going to get very difficult. And I feel like men are going to still be working. Black men, we're going to be good. A lot of us are learning different skill sets, different trades, especially in this group. We talk about money. We talk about crypto all the time, self-improvement, working out, traveling the world. I feel personally that would be a better option than what we used to do back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, work a basic 9 to 5. Like I said before, the women of yesteryear were much different. They were more cooperative. And another thing, I was telling a friend of mine, women in the 80s and 90s, they weren't going out like that. They wasn't really just, I remember sisters weren't really just known as a promiscuous race of women like that back in the day. Sisters were, laid back with it. You find one, married one. Even if she had a kid, you could tell she wasn't really out there like that, because back in the day, you had actual relationships pre-social media. A woman might be with a guy 5-10 years, or she might have got married and got divorced. That was more of a normal thing than it is now, with women just getting pregnant by anybody, basically. Shout out to Xavier Lancaster for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that, brother. We got 81 in the room. Greetings and B1 family. I'm not taking care of any deadbeats. Dad, Pookie, and Ray develop sperm. Oh, damn, brother. I feel you, man. I definitely feel you. Shout out to my brother Trey, the MB, my SYSB young brother. He says, salute BMT. Say no to baby and them kids. Yeah, man. Let me go ahead and get my brother Ja in the room real quick. I'm going to go ahead and drop a link in the chat for you, Ja. You can come on and we can get the flowing, man, because we have a very, very, very funny story, fellas. Living out here in Colombia, you're going to run into different, expats, females. You have for the most part. Let me send this link out real quick. For the most part, man, on most occasions when you run into African American females out here, it's cool. It can be laid back. I've had some good times. We'll chop it up. We'll give each other information. Hey, this is where to go, where not to go. You can go here. We might exchange numbers. We might even go out a few times, and everything is cordial. But sometimes you're gonna get what I call the wild pack. You know, them sisters that been traveling all over the world. They've been to Mexico. They doing their thing. And I want to preface this also. I'm not judging or anything like that, man. If you're young, you know, you got money, you got your degree from Howard, you in IT, you can be a traveling nomad and work from home, work from your laptop. More power to you, more power to the sisters, more power to everybody. I'm not judging this. But all I'm saying is, you know, these women that become in travel packs, man, they just like some wild dudes on spring break. You know what I mean? Like they get in, they do their thing. And it's funny because, you know, sisters been traveling for a while now. It's just because of the event of social media, you starting to see it more. I think with this new generation, we can actually see the thoughtism. Like we can see the women wilding out now. Like we didn't have a visual back in the day. Like when my ex-girlfriend was going to Jamaica 3-4 times a week. I mean, not a week, damn, a month, no, a year, 3-4 times a year. We said that straight. I had no idea what she was doing out there. I had no visuals. All I knew, she was just going out to Jamaica, girls trip every few months. I thought nothing of it because I had no visual. I thought back in the day that she was going out there, you know, just having fun with the girls, you know. Oh, we just went to the beach. We just, you know, relaxed. We just went dancing, you know, just a girls trip. We talked about you guys. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, whatever. But then you find out that they going to Jamaica getting their back drug out. And I found this after the fact. Like we had been broke up. But I found this out. This is a couple of girls. This was like at least 2 of the girls I dated back in the past. They would go to Jamaica on these girls trips and they would be getting drug out by these skinny dudes with 6-packs. You know, these jolly boys. They'd be start giving them money, tricking off. They verged of tricking off. I had a friend of mine, female friend of mine who I dated previously. She bought a guy a car in Jamaica out there and never heard from him again. You know, so they still be tricking. It's just a little different. Let me go ahead and bring my brother Ja on the show. What up, Ja?
What's good, bro?
How's everything with you, man?
Man, I'm cool, and you already know.
That's what's up, man. So how you enjoying Colombia thus far, brother? You've been hanging out with me for a while now, out here for the last couple of weeks. How you enjoying it?
Nah, Colombia is lit. Colombia is lit.
Yeah.
I suggest everybody come to Colombia ASAP.
Yeah, we wide open out here. No curfews, no quarantines.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, man. So what do you think about before we get into the story time, what do you think about the women in Colombia thus far?
Man, I like them. They nice. They all nice. You know, they help you with your Spanish. The people here are nice in general. They help you with your Spanish. They beautiful. I'm talking about some of the most beautiful women I ever seen. They just humble too. A lot of them so bad they don't even know they bad. They just, you know, they humble.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big plus.
Yeah, man. It's polar opposite dating from the States to here, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like these girls out here be ready to hang out, man. They be ready to chill and, you know, kick it with you. And when you go out with them, it don't, you know, it's never really awkward. I mean, of course, it's like a little language barrier. And, you know, sometimes that might work against you a little bit. But, you know, as long as you trying to learn and you trying to, you know, communicate, like, they fun. They like to dance. You know, they turn up. Like, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And I think you had said something that had me rolling yesterday, man. You say you flake on them more than they flake on you, right?
Oh, yeah, that's a fact. Like, it'd be like 5 or 6 joints, like, that want to hang out that night. And I'm like, I got to pick one. And then sometimes I end up just not picking none of them. And it's crazy. And it's wild because a lot of them are like some of the baddest joints I ever seen.
Right. That thirst is gone as soon as you touch down here. You've been out here for like a week or so, or 2 weeks.
Right.
It's like,
they all over the place.
Yeah, man. Like sometimes you be like, man, I'm gonna watch the game. We'll watch the game first before we go out and get some girls or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They waiting. They everywhere you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So we got 95 in the room, man. Fellas, hit that like button. It's story time, man. So me and my brother Ja, let me set up the story. We went to this cool after party spot. Shout out to my brother Rob Rose, VIP. I mean, the place was lavish. This is one of them Floyd Mayweather places, bro. I might show a little video here or a clip if I can in a minute. Tell me about the spot, man. How player the spot was, bro.
Man, oh, that joint was nice, man. It was like jacuzzis in every room. It was like I think the thing we was in was a suite. I thought it was a club. It was a suite.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how good it looked in there. They had like jacuzzis every room. It was marble countertops, all types of stuff in there.
Yeah, man, it was real fly. And
Yeah.
so this is like the after party spot to Vibes, right? So we start off at Vibes, fellas. It's in Parque Poblado, not Parque Poblado. Sorry, Parque Years. We start off there. We have our little fun contest, a little twerk contest for the little ladies. Have a good little time. Shout out to my bro DJ J Brown. And after that closes around 11 or 12, we move to the after party spot, which is the spot we're talking about now. So we transition to this spot right here, and the girls are coming in slowly but surely. People are coming in, starting to get, real rowdy in there. The music is playing. Everybody, this is one of the spots you can do whatever you want. You got rooms, you got like a big party area, big bar. Then you got rooms, so it's just one of those real fun kickback spots, man. But then we saw some African American chicks out there, right?
Yeah.
And I think you was one that peeked them out first.
Yeah, I could tell. I could just tell about how they was, shaped.
There you go.
I could tell, what I'm saying, how they were shaped. I could tell, the demeanor on their face.
Mm-hmm.
Just radiated.
Yeah,
we could tell. We could tell. Like, we could tell. We've been around my whole life.
And I decided to approach him. He was like, I'm good, bro. I was trying to get my boy John involved in conversation. He was just like sitting back, like, eh.
Nah. I'm cool.
Yeah, man. So tell the boys exactly what happened, man.
Oh, dang. I mean, first, like, dudes was it was a couple of dudes trying to talk to him, We kicking it or whatever. My boy BFT, he friendly, so he trying to conversate with him a little bit. They giving him a stank look, like I'm like, oh yeah. That's why I was cool. See, you over there trying to talk to him. Yeah, so yeah, man. He was talking to him. They was giving him stank face. Act like they ain't want to get. He trying to get the number. They act like they don't want to give up the number. Just a bunch of y'all know how they act, man.
Exactly.
Y'all know how they act, bro. Everybody in this chat know what I'm talking about. So
yeah.
So
and then what would you rate him, bro? What would you rate the one that did the wild shit?
Oh, bro, maybe a 3, bro. 4 off the Henny. She's a 4 off the Henny, but it was no way I was going to know it. Mind you, we're in Colombia, so everything surrounding them is bad. It's just them. Like that, it was just them. So they was already looking a mess, like. But yeah, man. Oh, should I get to the wild? Should I get to the wild joint?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So she taking random shots from dudes. We just looking like, oh, see, she gonna get herself caught up. She start grinding on a Venezuelan dude. Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, next thing we know, bro, taking her to the room. We like, I know this American joint ain't just come here and is letting a Venezuelan dude smash her out in the bathroom. I don't know if y'all know, like, but in Colombia, like, a Venezuelan is like, to them, that's like lowest of the totem pole. So they came out here acting stank towards us, but then let a Venezuelan smack in the bathroom.
Hey, yo, and the funny part is the Venezuelan dude never came back out the room, like he was ashamed or something. Like he never came back out the room.
We was just looking like, bro, this is wild right now, bro. And he didn't strap up.
Of course not.
He a Venezuelan, like he ain't strap up.
And he's my homie too. Shout out to my homie, man.
He was cool.
Name out there.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, he cool people,
man. Hey, if I was him, I would have did it too, probably. Like, in his situation, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. Like, yeah, man. And we talking about just the social structure of Colombia. We're not, saying they bad people. I mean, these are my people. I work with them every day. Cool cat. He was lit, but he didn't come out that room the rest of the night. Like, he was embarrassed. Because he be having some baddies with him. Usually, my man have a nice little baddie Colombian with him or Venezuelan chick with him. But I think that night he might have thought he was doing something. And we just sat back. We was like, hey, man, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, bro. I mean, bro.
And she just left her little friend out there. Like, women be so cold. Like, they like the worst people to hang with. Like,
her homegirl was about to leave her. Like,
her homegirl was just like
each other wild. Like,
she was just like in there. Like, she was like, I don't really know what to say. She's been in there for a minute. Shot, knock on the door. Would that be cop blocking? I'm just sitting here like, hey, this is your situation. This is what y'all doing. So, it's my man's in there, so he's doing this thing. So I'm like, she good. I mean, she doing what she want to do right now. She's a grown woman.
That's a fact, bro. She wilding out. Then she gonna get pregnant and want one of y'all to take care of her.
And that's the topic of the show. And this is why you don't want to play stepdad, right?
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, man. And she gonna make something up too. Like, oh no, I had a boyfriend and we didn't work out. Like, that's what she gonna tell the next dude. But like, that ain't what happened.
Yeah, man. And the cold part is, bro. What's the coldest part about the situation? It's funny as hell, but what's the coldest part? Like, my man didn't even walk. He didn't even have the nerve to walk him out, bro.
He didn't even walk him out. Like, they was just all over the place, man. Like, it's kind of sad because it's like, I hope they don't continue to move like that out here because, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It could be dangerous.
It could be dangerous. Like, this Colombia, man, you can't just be moving like, you know what I'm saying? We men, they robbing men. So you don't think you can be a woman out here by yourself, drunk?
Mm-hmm.
Like, nah. Like, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work out too good for you.
And the cold part about it is, like, here you go, a brother like myself, I'm just trying to tell him how to move out here. Just have a little conversation. Like, I wasn't really trying to really holler at him because, a brother already got his
right. It was just on some it was just on some friendly stuff. Like, nobody, like, they was trash, really. Like, they wasn't good looking joints. So it wasn't like dudes was really trying to be on them. But, out here we try to, like, when we run into other, like, African Americans, we kind of like to talk. I know I do, like, just to get to know people and just to be, more people you have watching your back is what you want. So we was just more trying to talk to them on some common ground stuff, but they was acting all stank. So we was like, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't want no parts of that from the beginning. Like, I already knew what time it was. That's why I don't even waste my time talking to black girls overseas. Like, I let them stay where they at, man.
You know what, man? It's that whole hot girl summer thing they got going on, bro.
Yeah, bro. They heads is gone. Like, they heads is gone. And then they said they was living in Mexico for 6 months. So I'm just thinking, like, if y'all acting wild like this and y'all ain't even been here a couple weeks yet, like, imagine what y'all was doing in 6 months in Mexico.
Smashing dudes in the bathroom.
Like, you feel me? Like,
getting raw dogged in the bathrooms.
Oh,
like I said, my man, it's 3:00 in the morning, fellas, and he ain't even walk him out. Colombia it can get a little sticky out here at night, and you want to definitely be in your P's and Q's, especially nighttime. The park is closed, it's empty. I'm telling cats, hey man, don't walk too far off. Let your Uber pull right up to you, because them hunters come out at night. They come out there at night and. For him, not even
target.
Yeah, especially girls.
You an easy target. What,
dude? These girls can barely walk around this thing in the daytime.
And Shorty was sloppy drunk too. Like, she wasn't even like she was drunk, like, in Colombia, bro. Like,
And then she gave me, like, I'm sitting here trying to give him a little game. I'm talking to her homegirl, and she cuts in the middle, and she starts like pointing at me like he ain't ish, he ain't this, and I'm sitting here like. That's rude as hell. I'm like, your girl good?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just having a conversation. Yeah, you see what she did?
I seen the whole thing. I was just like, see? See, I could look on her face and just tell. Like, she was looking at you like, why are you even talking to us?
And this is not the first time. This has happened before, especially the chicks that be hanging out like with the white hippie girls and stuff like that, or the white hippie crew. You know, they'll look at African American brothers and kind of had it, you know, get the little nose up, like, what y'all doing out here?
Right.
You know, it's like, come on, man, doing what you doing out here? We chilling, we living.
Right. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild when you.
And it's funny, man, because it's 50 thing, because I chop it up with African American girls out here. We went out, we had a good time. I'm talking about even the LGBT chicks. Because like you said earlier, when you African American, man, language bonds you. We're in a foreign country, you don't speak the native language, and you want people watching your back. You want people you can call and say, hey, this happened, or do you know about this? You know, it's important to do that, but some females just don't understand that, bro. Like, all the guys get it, but
especially if you planning on being here for a long time, like you talk about just staying here until whenever we decide to leave. So it's like, if you planning on being somewhere for a while, you kind of want to have some type of community. But you know what I'm saying, I done separated myself from that. I done excommunicated myself from that. So I ain't even trying to fall. Not with them. Like my bros, like, okay, y'all come out here, I got y'all. But like with them, I'm cool, man. Like, it might be some cool ones that come out here, but you know, my eyes ain't even looking that way no more.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like you see this, and you look at their social media; they all over the place.
All over the place, bro. Doing all types of crazy stuff.
And like these girls are wild, man. Because I think they're trying to holler at you at the end of the night. Like she just got drunk in the bathroom. Now she didn't take a shower, and she hollering at my man's now.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm cool. Like,
hey, what up? What up, gang? My boy Rose. My boy was like, man, I'm about to throw this shit in the trash as soon as I get home.
Shorty gave me a rose, talking about, oh, you won the Bachelorette. I'm like, shit. I beat the Venezuelan dude.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you, bro. You know, giving you an alternative, you're a younger brother, man. Well, you made a decision already, but would you rather play a stepfather or would you rather travel the world, bro?
No, yeah, I'm definitely traveling the world. Like, it's like when you start traveling, man, you got the whole world in your hands. Like, there's so many women in the world. It's like, why would you stay at home and do that when you could just get on a plane? And you can have anything you want out here, man. Like, you could really have anything you want in most countries. But you know what I'm saying, why would you stay at the crib and, you know, take care of somebody else's kid, like, when you don't have to? I mean, if you want to, cool, but you really don't have to. Like, I'm not really trying to be in a situation if I don't have to be in one. Exactly.
Like I said before, man, if you decide as a man that you want to take that responsibility on, man, that's more power to you. There's no judging. You know, I don't suggest it. I wouldn't do it. I've been a stepfather for a year and a half before. Worst decision I ever made in my life, fellas. It was the worst. I mean, disrespected at every cut corner. You would think that she would be respectful. You would think that she would be submissive. It just doesn't work like that, you know. And the sad part is, what they're not talking about is the emotions and feelings that you can develop for that child that's not yours. Because if you're a good dude, you see a little kid, you know, running around the house, you're going to develop emotions for him. Like, man, you know, I love a little joint. But you're not his father. It's not your seed, you know. And then when the kid grows up, start being disrespectful, start doing a little crazy stuff, you're dealing with that. And then you're dealing with her. She might be disrespectful. She might start taking you for granted, your time and your resources, which most of them will do. Let's be honest with you, fellas. Let's be straight up logic with this. It's just not a good deal at the end of the day. So I would suggest, you know, avoid it. That's my opinion, though. You know, I'm just giving you a suggestion. I believe you should get your resources together. You should learn some trade or skill the way you can sustain yourself overseas and travel the world with women that are more cooperative, man.
Exactly.
Because you shouldn't have to be stressing about obtaining a woman. A woman, if you got your resources together, you got your stuff together, man, a woman should be just there for you, bro. Like, it should be, here is easy pickings, bro.
I
And if
never
she acts
even.
up, you can just replace her. I got a
That's a
girlfriend you know me, Joe. I got a different girlfriend.
Yeah. You be out here. You passport pimp. You a passport pimp.
No, I ain't gonna say all that. I ain't gonna say all that, bro. But
Nah, but yeah, I feel you. I feel
yeah,
you.
man. Like once they start acting up, hey, you hit the door. You can go.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I don't even really have no stepfather experience because I ain't never even tried. Like it never even crossed my mind. Like, nope, I'm cool.
Yeah,
Like
man.
just because you don't have to. Like, like you can get if you got that USD, you a black male. Like, you the king, man. You could. You could be out here for real. You could get you exactly whatever you dream up in your mind that you want. It's out here for you.
Mm-hmm. So let me. I want to catch this comment real quick. Bad boy DJ. He says, "Got to keep it a stack." I see a lot of our brothers dating single mothers abroad. Like I said before, man. I mean, that's true to a certain degree. I've seen that.
Yeah.
You
That's facts. That's facts. There's dudes that do come out because like, there's a lot of women in these countries that got kids. Like, it's a lot of women in Colombia. A lot. Like, it's a lot of these women that got kids. But like at the same time, just like in the States, like you still don't have to. Like, you can still go get a woman without kids if you don't want a woman with kids. Like, that's too easy to find. So if you're doing it just because you choosing to do it, like if I'm not doing it in the States, I'm probably not gonna do it here. Like, but if you do it here, it'll be cheaper.
Much cheaper, and she's gonna be more cooperative because she knows she's bringing something to the. See, they know they bring bags to the table. The women in America don't understand that.
Exactly. Yeah, you gonna
as
get
we can clearly see that by Kevin Samuels' videos. They don't understand.
Exactly. You're gonna have somebody that's gonna be cooking, cleaning, washing your drawers by hand, like they appreciate everything out here, because they don't have a lot. So it's like if you just taking care of the crib, like you the king. She gonna do everything, But I'm still not messing with no stepmom. I'm still not being no stepfather though, abroad or domestic.
I gotta say, man, I understand that. I got a couple of homies that got, women with kids, or they might have had a kid with her, especially down in DR. But that's a decision you have to make as a man. If you decide to take that responsibility on, more power to you. And that's the problem I have with Dr.Boyce Watkins. It's like, let brothers make their own decisions. As another man, you should not be shaming the social decision that another man has made, because we were stepfathers. We were the most stepfathers, and we did not say the community. In the 80s and 90s, you got some guys that stepfathers don't even know they stepfathers because it's such a illegitimate birth rate half the time. Sometimes the kid don't even be yours 9 times out of 10.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's just it all comes down to, like you said, like, let people make their own decisions, man. Like, if you want to do it, I'm not gonna shame you for being a stepfather. The same way you shouldn't shame somebody for not wanting to be. Like, how is it bad that you don't want to be a stepfather? Like, I don't understand how that's a bad thing. It's like if you want to do it, cool, you do you. But like, don't be mad at me because I don't want to do it. Like, everybody is entitled to their own decisions. Yeah,
because especially out here, man, you can find a good down woman. She might have a kid. She might just have a kid. But I feel like it's a better situation doing it here than overseas. Than back in the States.
Yeah, you way better off here because you're not really gonna pay for nothing. You can have 2, 3, 4 kids for the price of one, probably in the States. Like, food don't cost a lot. Like, they know how to live within their means here. You know what I'm saying? Like, a good Colombian woman not gonna let you spend a bunch of money on nothing.
Man, boy, that's the biggest truth ever, bro. Like, and this is why, if you got time to learn the language, if you got time to be out here for extended amounts of time, if you get rid of that little monger energy, you just slow that down a little bit. If you get you a solid one out here, man, they will ride out for you, bro. Colombia, Venezuela, or Brazil, they'll ride out for you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because they feel like in the States, it's like separate, right?
Yeah.
She got her bag, you got your bag. Damn well she's gonna have her own separate account. Here, it's like it's our bag. So she's not gonna let anybody get over on you, especially if she's really in love with you. they don't want you to spend no money because they want to make sure you can stay out here as long as possible.
That's a fact. Exactly. And they want you, and they want to get the best bang for their buck. So they're gonna get exactly what they need. They don't need all the extra necessities that a lot of other joints want. They travel and all that type of stuff. Like they just want to be able to eat and have a roof over their head. They cool.
Yeah, man. And don't sleep on these Venezuelan women too. DR, Colombia, wherever you catch it, man. Because I know it's the difference between them, right? I take a Colombian joint out. Colombian joint somewhat does the same thing that the American women do. She orders the most expensive thing on the menu 9 times out of 10, right? Or something. I'm like, damn, Venezuelan joint, she might say she's just happy to be out. She might say, I'm gonna order what you order, or she finds something that's reasonable on the menu.
Right.
Because their mentality is just so different. It's just like, I just get this. I just want this. I'm like, that's nothing but a salad. She's like, yeah, I'm cool with that. They're just happy to be with you.
Right. I had one joint. She pulled me out the club. She was like, looked at the price on the receipt. She was like, nah, we leaving.
Exactly. Exactly, man.
I was like, all right, bet. I'm cool with that. Man,
it's a refreshing thing to see women act like you know what I'm saying? Like it's just refreshing to you, because in the States we just be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, they want you to run that tab up on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like here, they like, nah.
You don't have to, fellas, you don't have to peacock. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wear jewelry and nothing like that, man. You can literally just be yourself, man. Knowing Spanish is way more impressive than anything, Jordans or anything out here, man.
Oh yeah, you learn that Spanish, you in the game.
You're in the game heavy.
You in the game. But they say like you can speak Spanish, but you could talk to like 80 something % of the world or something like that. So it's gonna help you way more outside of here. You can go to a lot of countries and just move around because you can speak Spanish,
Exactly, man. Exactly. And you know what? I'm not gonna just pigeonhole only black women talking about this, because I've met Mexican guys that say they had the same issues with Mexican women in the States. You meet white guys all the time who say they got issues with dating in the States. So it's more of a American thing than anything, because you got white guys that don't even talk to American women out here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, them white dudes, a lot of them white dudes is like, I don't know what's going on over there, but they ain't feeling it either.
Mm-mm. I mean, I've heard the laws in Canada are even worse than the laws in America as far as alimony and child support and spousal support and all that stuff. So a lot of them guys in Canada not even getting married because they'll lose everything. Matter of fact, I talked to a white guy that I think he owned 82 properties up there in Canada and went through a divorce. And I think he lost 50% of his properties or something like that. Dang. Like he got cut in half. And he's like, man, I would never, ever, 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 ever marry a Canadian woman again.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's rough over there, man. It's rough over there. It's rough in North America, I should say. Probably outside of like Mexico. But yeah. I'm cool where I'm at. I'm gonna just kick it here.
Yeah, man. Shout out with the brother Hashim with the $10 super chat. He says, I will say, if you do choose to be with a woman that has a child abroad, please create an exit strategy. Don't take on a woman with a child if you don't have children of yourself. That's foolish. Salute. That's a good point. Very good point, brother. Very good point. I don't date women with kids here. I'll be honest with you. Like, all the women I date are like, they don't have any children, bro. You can find them. You can find them out here. The cool thing about dating overseas is, in America, we have a stigma where you should be dating women that's your own age, right? It's like a little social stigma. You're late 30s, your woman has to be 30-ish or something like that. Here, there's no stigma whatsoever. You will see an older guy with a younger girl all day, every day, any day of the week, bro. She's going to be 20, 21. See, the older gentlemen here still date women in their prime.
Yeah, they do. They do. It's dating at its most primal form, man. Like,
man, very good point. Primal form. Older man, he got value. When I say older, I mean 25 and older. You know what I'm saying? He got something going on. He got his resources right. younger woman in her prime, no kids, beautiful, haven't been out there like that. Good possibility she could be your wife.
Exactly. It's
Like
just
you can marry women 20 years younger than you out here. No problem.
Yeah, facts. It's literally whatever. Really out here, you can really get anything you want. Like, so it's kind of like in a place where you could get anything you want. Like, if I took you to a car dealership and said you can have any car on the lot, you gonna go pick the old Honda that got 300,000 miles on it, or you gonna pick that Corvette, that 2021 Corvette. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Right. It don't make no sense.
And another thing that these guys like Dr.Boyce and George making, they're not telling brothers, younger brothers, or brothers in general. They're not telling people the whole story about the emotional baggage that goes along with women being in previous relationships, bro. Especially having children at those relationships.
That's a fact.
Having a child is that's a major step in life, bro. That's a major step. Like, a woman is definitely different after they have a child. They're not the same person no more.
Oh yeah,
a child is a major responsibility, and you made a decision. You made a decision to have this child with the guy you had the child with. You laid down with him unprotected. You had the child with him, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out. And now you're dealing with a broken family. That child. I don't know if you saw that clip of that little girl that the dude was fixing the girl bike.
Yeah, I seen that. And
the girl was like, "Yeah, my daddy. You ain't my daddy."
Yeah, her daddy was in jail.
My daddy in jail. I want to see my daddy.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at the little girl for saying that though. I mean, it was bad, but I'm like,
kids tell the truth.
They tell
kids
the truth.
Tell the truth. Exactly.
And the brother was just working hard trying to fix the kid bike, and I've been in that situation before. Maybe not you, but I've been in situations like that. You kid looking at you all cross-eyed, like, "What you doing here?"
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to get some booty from your mama. Shit.
Yeah, that's a fact. I think just because in my experience was like, I mean, I done had more more younger joints, like, because I mean, I ain't too old. I ain't had too much relationship experience. I don't got 15 years of, what I'm saying? Because I don't really be wifing joints like that. So, I don't have too much relationship experience, period, because I don't do too much cuffing, but
man, I got some stories to tell you, bro. I got some stories, situations, man. Oh man! Shout out to Brian Ajax Winter with the 35 Czar. I'm not sure what Czar is, brother, but I appreciate it. He says, "While South America is amazing, Black men are really sleeping on Eastern Europe, Ukraine, Russia, and Polish women are majestic." I'm interested, man.
I ain't sleeping.
Yeah, I definitely go out there.
I'm definitely trying to go to Ukraine. Like, I'm definitely trying to go out there. It ain't nowhere I'm sleeping on. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah, man. I think you just say brothers in general because so many brothers in the group.
Oh yeah, yeah. I hear about Ukraine. Ukraine is I'm gonna check that out myself.
Brothers be wanting to go where it's beaches, sunny, good weather, how we are, good food.
Yeah, everybody can pick their own country they like, but I at least want to see it once so I can know if I want to go back or not.
Exactly. Shout out to my brother JX with the $5 super chat. He says, in Canada, a long-term girlfriend can get alimony. Wow.
Oh, dang, that's crazy.
We have a similar law in Georgia with the common wife law. If a woman lives with you for over a certain amount of years,
dang.
So we have a similar law to that.
That just make you not even want to get a girlfriend. Like, it make you not even want a girlfriend.
Oh, Czar is the South African Rand. I appreciate that, brother Jaws, 2003. Appreciate that, brother. But yeah, man, it just was an interesting situation seeing how not all, but some of these American women, how they move out here in these international streets. And we just got to give brother an update because they make it seem like only Black men are going overseas, hooking up with people and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Like, everybody does it.
Exactly.
If your girl is going out of town on a girl's trip, she will get laid by somebody, bro.
Right.
More likely a local.
And
that local, he's going to raw dog because he's in the bank.
Yeah.
He's going to raw dog.
Right. And she probably
you can tell they don't use condoms out here like that, bro. Like, you can tell by the condoms that's in the stores. You be like, bro, it's been here for years.
because ain't nobody buying no condoms but Americans.
Exactly. So
We the only people here buying condoms.
basically. So these women, man, they be out here, they be wilding, man. They just be going to country. Shout out to them. But
Yeah.
the hot girl summer comes with consequences, fellas.
Yeah, that's a fact. Nobody ever see the other side of them IG pictures, you know.
Man, if you saw that them IG pictures, you would think they was just living it up.
Yeah, they are.
And they are.
They are, yeah.
But
They out here doing all types of wild stuff.
you know, a female, you know her mind is like, you know, she's just a low quality female when she doesn't understand that a man's supposed to walk her out in the middle of the night. At least walk her out to the door, bro. At least see if she get into the Uber. You know, like this type of guys they be messing with, getting pregnant by. And then here you come along, like you said, John, earlier, I was being friendly. I was being nice. You know, even at the end of the night, I'm checking on them a little bit. Y'all good? And then they just like, yeah. Cause they see us a certain way.
That's a fact. It's
Amazing.
just naturally embedded in them to see us like a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Amazing, bro. It's just amazing. And when you be a stepfather, it doesn't help the situation whatsoever. It's not like they're going to respect you for saving their life, basically, you know, upgrading them. It's still just going to be disrespectful.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of like you trying to tell, like you said, Boyce Watkins or whatever. You trying to shame dudes for not wanting to be a stepfather is like going against the most logical thinking. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's more logical to not be a stepfather than to be a stepfather.
Yeah, basically. Like Kevin Samuels mentioned in just in nature, you know, when the lion takes over that pride, what's the first thing he do?
Exactly.
He kills the cubs, you know. And I'm not saying that we got to do that. All we got to do is just avoid women that already have children.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. And it's like somebody was saying, like, if you don't got kids, like, I mean, even if you're a man with kids, like, if you don't want a woman with kids, you don't have to have that. You can get whatever you want out here, like, you know, exactly.
You know what? I think it's sometimes difficult for brothers to understand that when they come out here too. You know, because it's the opposite of the States. So I could tell, I got one homie, man. You know, I ain't gonna put my homie name out there, but my homie like dates the most crackhead looking chicks out here, bro. And I don't understand why. I be like, bro, like everybody when he pull up with his chick, everybody be like, yo, that his chick? I be like, yeah, man, that's his chick. And she be disrespectful going back and forth with him. I be like, bro, what are you dealing with?
Are you dealing with that in Colombia, bro?
Colombia, bro. Like,
come
really?
On, man.
You get a crackhead, tootsie head chick. Come on, like, but that's all he know, possibly. Like, that's all he know. I'm like, brother, you can do better than that. You know?
Yeah.
Colombia, bro. Learn a little Spanish. Do however you get them. You know, you can cold approach these women. They're friendly as hell. You can ask them, you know, ¿Cuál es tu nombre? You know what I'm saying? Let me get your phone number. What's your name? Just casual conversation to get the party started. And then you can test her on the translator. And then y'all can hook up on the date.
Yeah, man.
And, go ahead, bro.
Oh, but you know, like, really, bro, just for me, like, you know, going through life, like, it's some dudes that just really like ugly, like, you know, like, just like janky looking joints. Like, you know, you got dudes, like, some of us, we would, you know, we would mess with a joint that was subpar, but we knew she was subpar, just like, I'm just doing it. Then you got dudes that really be thinking that some joints are like, you know, that's they type.
Yeah, man.
You know,
it's amazing. But man, we know what was funny to me. Let me get a super chat real quick. Shout out to Jaws 2003 for the 5 super chat. I really appreciate that, brother. He said they are scared of us brothers going abroad. We can create and make things on our own terms. That scares them like brothers did during Reconstruction. That's a very, very good point, bro. Very good. Yeah. A lot of people don't know, man. After Reconstruction, you had, I think South Carolina, was it South Carolina or North Carolina? South Carolina or North Carolina had like all black senators. So you had a lot of things going on after Reconstruction, most definitely. Like brothers were building Black Wall Streets and all types of stuff after the war, man. But what was funny to me, bro, was like looking at how you was moving, you know, because you can tell another brother body language. He was just like uninterested.
Yeah, that was cool, man. Like,
And they was staring at you like, but you just be like,
Because it's just like I already know what to expect. Like I just kind of already know what to expect, and it's like, nah, man. Like I don't even want mine speaking too good English no more. I ain't even gonna lie.
mm-hmm.
If your I don't want your English too good. Like I want a joint who English ain't her. She can't talk English that good. I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm staying away from anything from the States.
All day, every day. Let me bring another brother onto the show. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, BMT? Good to be back on the panel, man. I like the subject.
Oh yeah, man. So tell us your thoughts on being a stepfather, brother.
Well, my whole thought on that is that when it comes to women that have already been married and they get divorced, or women that have had any kind of long-term relationships and they find themselves with children, they got to go to the back of the line. That's my thought. I take a position they use in behavioral economics. They say that people respond to benefits and they respond to punishments. That's at a basic human level. If you want to get human beings to do something and keep doing it, reward it. If you want to stop them from doing something and deter them, punish them. So my issue with pushing a stepfather narrative on other men who aren't asking to be stepfathers versus you doing it yourself voluntarily, that's a no-go. Because again, you're rewarding women who already had their chance to be loyal, to submit to a man, by whatever reason that they became a mother without a father to their children. You're gonna reward the single women first. See what I'm saying? Because you're actually creating a disincentive for women to change their behavior if you're gonna reward these women with high quality mates. Because again, it'd be one thing if they were saying, well, you women got to go to the back of the line because the fertile women that are younger need to go to the front of the line. No, they want the quality men to take on the lower quality women, or the women that should be at the back of the line. That's problematic, because again, you want to have a situation, if you're going to try to improve the situation, especially in the Western countries, you're going to have to get men that are the highest quality with the most fertile women. Just from a genetic standpoint, from improving the culture, improving the genetic bloodlines. So if you're actually trying to push the women that had their chance back to the front of the line after they already had their chance to do the right thing, that's a bad move. Long term for us as individuals, but also for long term for the dating market itself and the mating market.
That's facts.
Facts. Very good point.
That is facts.
Very good point, man. You mentioned something about bloodlines. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, I'm talking about just from a genetic standpoint, so many things that we discuss in terms of mating and hooking up. And when you talk about long-term relationship, relates to what is the quality of your DNA? Because so many things passed down from generation to generation. Like we're learning more and more from science that mental illness can be passed down. Lots of different physical ailments can be passed down from generation to generation. So those things matter in terms of bloodline. But I'm more speaking in terms of how we unite families for wealth purposes. Here's the thing, man. Let's say you're a guy that's in medical school and you're late 20s, early 30s is usually when people graduate from medical school. You find yourself ready to settle down long-term in a relationship. If you're thinking wisely, then you're going to try to create a dating pool of the highest quality. Now, one group of men might just go after the woman that looks good. But another group of men will say, I want a woman that looks good and she comes from good breeding. Because if you're looking for a long-term mate, you're going to be looking at things that have economic benefits too. So you want a good-looking ass woman, no doubt about it. But you also want to find a woman who comes from a situation where I want to know, was you raised by a good father? I ask women things like that. What's your relationship with your father? What does your father do for a living? What does your mother do for a living? I want to know these things. Because when you marry into a family or you're looking at a woman long-term, you want to put yourself in a position where you're going to get fringe benefits and not just access to the vagina, because, a lot of marriages go dry after about 2 years. A lot of long-term relationships go dry after about 2 or 3 years. That's why our divorce rate is so high, because a lot of the marriages and long-term relationships go sexless after about 2 years. That's been proven by the stats that we have. So if you're talking long-term, you're going to have to add other things to the arrangement that make you more invested with this woman. One of the ways that they did that in the past is that, well, you're a medical doctor. Her father is the administrator at a hospital. Her mother's a doctor. Now you're integrating yourself into something that's bigger than just you. You're integrating yourself into a community, into a network that benefits you more than just your own sexual desires and your attraction to that woman. Now you're also getting social benefits. And I think that's what's happening is that a lot of black men out here are saying, we know how many ranches are out here. We know how many hot girl summers type women are out here. That doesn't have long-term benefits for me because she may look good. Mr. Miami and Dr. Miami might have hooked her up with the ass and the assets, but what is her culture? What is her social position outside of that? So you get this hot chick, but she comes from straight poverty, not just poverty, but generations of poverty. She don't know who her father is. She has a horrible relationship with her mother. And then you ask yourself long term, let's say I had a daughter. Do I want a daughter that mimics this woman? Or am I just in this situation? I want to get some hot sex. And I think what's happened, a lot of black men are saying, hey, you got women that are for that hot sex. But then if we're talking long term, we're going to have a whole nother filtering system moving forward if we're going to change the position of the black individual man.
Oh yeah,
bro, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely gotta have a filter. I feel like, I mean, I know me naturally, like I naturally have like a, you know, you just a sex filter and you just a, you know, you might be wifey. Like I think, you know, a lot of dudes got that filtering system. Like they'll mess with you, but like when you start trying to get serious, it's like, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. But first, I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. I actually have a meeting I have to attend. I want to do a part 2, man. You guys can come on for a part 2 maybe this evening.
Yeah, man. You
What
already
time
know
are you
where I'm at.
doing? What time?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. I'll be at the gym at that time, but I might be able to catch the back end. Are you gonna do it for like an hour or two, or
Yeah. We're gonna flow for at least a couple hours on this one.
Okay.
This is a good topic. I know brothers want to really get involved on this one.
Okay,
So,
well, you have a good one, man. If I get back from the gym in time, man, I'll try to join you guys for at least the second segment of that show.
bet. All right.
Y'all be good.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All right, bro. Well, all right, brothers. Appreciate y'all joining the show. We're gonna do a part 2 later on this evening. Peace.
All right.